has grown in leaps and bounds in Kenya since it was first introduced in the country in 2012. With the highest rates and vicious marketing strategies, access to instant unsecured loans is slowly pushing many Kenyans with smartphones to a lifestyle of debt. As Parliament pushes a new bill seeking to regulate how instant loans are given, Waris Kimathi digs in deep into the country's borrowing culture and asking questions about how and why it all started.
In March 2007, Vodafone Group and its Kenyan subsidiary Safaricom launched M-Pesa. With M-Pesa, Kenyans, including those who did not have mainstream bank accounts, could send and receive money using their mobile phones. As more Kenyans continue to access financial inclusivity through M-Pesa and other newer options, they have also been swept into the endless river that is the World Wide Web, which has brought with it a host of new financial options for not just Kenyans, but millions of people, young and old, in Africa and across the global south. However, financial experts note that as more Kenyans get a wider array of things to buy online, the economy is growing, and with it, the amount of money Kenyans spend buying goods and services, both essential and non-essential. As accessibility to unlimited buying and selling expands in leaps and bounds, the online marketplace grows with it, and Kenyans scrolling through social media sites and video streaming platforms are incessantly wooed with packaged advertisements of products and services, often things they cannot afford. The sharp rise in the expenditure appetite amongst Kenya's new generation does not match at all with proper financial education, and this lack of proper financial knowledge has created an avenue for digital loans providers to exploit vulnerable, unknowing Kenyans with quick, high-interest loans. With their numbers rising every day, digital lenders in Kenya have been termed as predatory, and there have been multiple calls to regulate their operation as more younger Kenyans fell prey to financial commitments they cannot repay. That is the story of Victor Onyango, who recently graduated university and moved to Nairobi to find opportunities.
Life in campus was very challenging in terms of the financial side. Like the money that your parents send you is a bit minimal compared to your needs. Like maybe you require about 10 and your parents gives you about 6.
To bridge the gap between what his parents gave him and the amount of money he needed to get through school, Victor turned to his phone and started borrowing high-interest loans from an app on his phone.
It came a point I cannot sustain that kind of lifestyle. I have to look for sources of money, and I've told you that my parents don't send. Okay, they don't send the extra I need. My friends don't have because they have parents like mine. The relatives are full of excuses, and you're only left with your phone because that is the thing you spend most of your time with. And lending facilities started anywhere. So I don't know how these people know that you're broke, because they start broadcasting to you. You get messages from, you're watching a YouTube video, you get a mobile loan app. Quick cash. You see? I think the first one I met was, how is this thing called? It was, its name is here. You know, I have not even paid the money, and it's like, I've even forgotten the name.
Victor's borrowing habits grew with his financial needs, most of which he says were not as essential as he thought they were then. However, when the appointed repayment date came, Victor could not repay what he owed to the app on his phone, but his financial needs had not gone away.
But I was not thinking about that because I needed instant cash. So I borrowed that money. So time went by. Not because I had borrowed money, and I kept telling friends that there's something you can get. Do you want easy money? Because there was also somewhere that you can refer people, then you get bonuses. So I went to friends, told them we can make easy money. You see, the friends fell for the trap, and then they tell you that, oh, you have another line. You can also borrow using that one. Just take another phone. So they gave me 1,000 shillings. Now I have 1,000 using my line. 500 my mom's line, right? Then I ran of Tala.
By that year, Victor's impulsive borrowing had spiraled out of control, but he did not see it that way at all.
The way I always viewed loans was that you take, that is the money you've been given for free. I didn't think of paying it back. Like, that was not even in my mind. I was that kind of person who does not live for the future. I'm only concerned about today, right? So when this friend introduced me to Timiza Barclays, he told me he'd been given 6,000 shillings. And I was like, oh, that's nice. And I tried. Those people gave me 18,000 shillings.
The economic concessions of the last 2 years occasioned by the coronavirus pandemic has forced many Kenyans in the lower, working and even the middle class to fall lower and lower into debt. And this has also in turn helped those people who give these credits to find more creative means to advertise their loans and bring these loans to people's faces, either through their phones or even to their doorsteps. And the magic word here is instant.
Michael Thotho is a financial expert who has been studying Kenya's borrowing culture for a while now.
You remember back in the day when you used to go to a bank to get a loan, it was like going to a witch doctor and they tell you to come with all white goat, you know. You come with your title deed, you come with your logbook. But nowadays, yeah, just so long as you have a phone, so long as you have internet, you can download the app and you're good to go.
It's not all doom and gloom on the borrowing front, however, because digital lending has removed many bottlenecks for Kenyans in small businesses, many of whom have been hard-pressed by the economic recessions of the coronavirus pandemic.
It's just the digital revolution also now coming to the finance side, but now we have taken it not so good because guys are taking loans that are not really going to help their lives. Because even when you look at this kind of loans, the majority of people taking these loans is not for business, okay? It's not for investment, so it's personal loans.
Minayo uses her small kiosk selling vegetables in Nairobi's high-rise estate to feed her family of 6 ever since her husband lost his job during the pandemic. Last year, a friend introduced her to mobile apps, and she has relied on them ever since to keep her business going and cater for her family.
Tulikuwa tunajengea mama mkwe nyumba. Sasa ikawa bwanangu amelemewa na pesa. Na mimi pia wakati nilikuwa naangalia pesa zangu, nikaona hazitoshi kumsaidia. Ndio rafiki yangu akaniambia, wakati nilisha na hiyo issue, akaniambia kwamba basi itabidi ukope kwa Tala ama KCB. Ukipata hiyo itakusaidia. Kwa kweli nilipewa. Tukafanya hiyo shughuli tukamaliza. Lakini venye nilikuwa nadaiwa ndio sikupendezwa. Yeah. Tunajua wako na agent wengi. Au unashtukia huyo amekupigia hata saa 12 bado unalala, simu inalia. Sasa unashindwa hiyo asubuhi umetoa wapi pesa?
Well, Judith represents a section of Kenyans who are free of the enticing traps of the vicious internet consumerism in the country. Younger Kenyans like Victor are sinking deeper and deeper into the pit of debt every day.
If you are my follower on social media and you see the kind of photos I'm posting up a photo of me in driving a good car, you know, a photo of me enjoying my life there at the coast, you know, or a photo of me having a good meal at a swanky restaurant, then you also tell yourself, I also need to enjoy this kind of lifestyle, right? But we don't know where these people are getting the money. But since we don't know, we also want to keep up with them. And how do we keep up with them? We keep up with them again. If we don't have that money at our disposal, what we will do is we will take a loan.
Victor regrets having fallen into a borrowing trap. He tells me, although he thought he'd be able to repay his long overdue loans once he graduated and secured employment, things have not played out as he had planned, and now he has sought out one of his friends named Emmanuel, who recently got into borrowing himself, and he is exchanging ideas with him.
Maisha imekuwa hivi tricky saa zingine, unapata tu like umeamua unachukua deni.
Yep.
Kukopa deni hizi za simu, kuna branch, Tala, Timiza, Okash. Mimi nilizichukua huko mwanzo. Na zikunipeleka vizuri sana. Wewe ulishaichukua loan?
Loan nishaichukua ya Tala na nilichukua 5,000 nikalipa. Lakini mwanzo ilikuwa inasumbua kwa sababu nilijaribu mara ya kwanza, wakaninyima, wakaniambia niregister majina, nikatuma huko. Kumaliza wakaniambia ningoje 3 days. Venye ilisha wakanitumia 5k.
Nani alikuintroduce kwa hii branch?
Kwa branch ya Tala. Nilikuwa na rafiki yangu alikuwa kwa Kisumu. So nilikuwa na simu, akaniambia ati sasa poa, akaniambia kuna app inaitwa Tala. Nikamwambia Tala loan unaweza kopa pesa. Nikamwambia unafanya aje? Akanidownloadia.
So ulishtuka tu ati kama hujalipa ido utakuja kuhukumiwa.
Yeah.
Na sasa nikikwambia kwamba huwezi hukumiwa unaweza kusikia aje?
Sasa wakiniambia siwezi hukumiwa, nitafurahi kabisa. Nitalipa kwa sababu Tala nililipa na siwezi kataa kulipa deni.
In April 2021, a bill was passed in Parliament that seeks to regulate the now rogue digital lending industry with its exorbitant interest rates that shoot through the roof and ruthless debt collection methods that often involve calling the parents, friends, and even the pastors of the past ones in debt. With Kenya's digital economy growing at a high speed, consumerism in the country grows with it, and so does the habit of uninformed borrowing amongst a youthful population with little to no financial literacy. Waris Kimathi, Look Up TV in Nairobi.